Good afternoon, Grizzlies.
And welcome to your first episode of Grizzly News. We're your hosts, Hansel Wynn
and Aya Garvey. This year is coming to an end, so we wanted to fill you guys on some exciting things that happened throughout the year and things that will be happening next year.
Now we're going over to Joel the Fever for our sports year in review.
Thanks, guys. This year we've seen quite a few achievements from the Northwest sports. A few, but not all of the achievements include our football team went far this year, but unfortunately lost in the quarterfinals. Northwest volleyball team had a great season with a 37-4 season. Our boys basketball team had an impressive season with a 14-7 and made it to the playoffs. But unfortunately, they lost in the thriller game against Manhattan. Both of our boys and girls swim team went to state this year. All of our other sports had done very well this season, with students from wrestling also going to state. Great job to all of the students who participated in sports this year, and good luck to all the students who will be joining sports next year.
Thanks for those stats, Joel. Now we're going to turn it over to Caitlin Wright, who will be discussing some clubs that have been introduced and some clubs that have done well this year.
We've had some exciting news with clubs this year. One major club that has taken Northwest by storm is the Feminist Club. The Feminist Club had a couple meetings throughout the year that had an excellent response from the student body. We encourage any student who is interested in the feminist movement to join the club next year. Another club that went into the spotlight was Business Professionals of America. All 10 students from the club went to nationals in Dallas, and 2 teams came away with a podium award. Elijah Geegan and Hansel Nguyen got first place in video production. And Owen Mills, Stephen Villa, Leo Larson, and Russell Horning got third place in news broadcast team. We encourage any students who are interested in learning more about BPA, talk to Mr. Monroe in the business hall. Grizzly Gardeners is a new club coming to you next year. The club run by Janet Lerma Reyes and Kaylina Blanco will focus on teaching students how to grow their own plants and work on implementing eco-friendly solutions at Northwest. They plan on using the Northwest greenhouse and outdoor garden to allow for students to get their hands dirty.
It seems like we had a pretty good year for clubs. Make sure to look out for all of them next year.
Next up, we will be having Leighton Bell discussing some COVID statistics throughout the year.
In the beginning of the year, we all returned fully masked and ready for school, but by the end of spring break, the USD 259 mask mandate was lifted. At the beginning of the year, we started with around 300 confirmed cases a day. But in January of this year, we hit a huge spike in cases. We were at roughly 1,600 cases daily. But as of May 10th, we have had 32 daily cases. We have taken huge strides in combating the COVID-19 virus, and we want to congratulate and thank all of you Grizzlies for staying masked when needed and remaining safe. With a less restricted summer due to less COVID cases, how are you going to spend your summer differently this year than the past 2?
Like Leighton said, congratulations Grizzlies for getting through this year safely. Next up, we have some world news in this review.
In the past few months, we've seen some disturbing things in the news occurring over in Europe. As of February 24th, Vladimir Putin ordered Russian soldiers to fire in Ukraine, causing a crisis specifically in Ukraine, but ending up affecting the rest of the world. The fighting is still going on almost 3 months later, which is truly sad. But how does this event that is happening in Europe affect the rest of the world? You may have noticed things at the store costing more, gas prices increasing, inflation, and higher energy costs. This is because Russia was a big supplier of oil. NBC News states that Russian crude oil and petroleum products exports to the U.S. represent 8% of all its imported oil and less than 2% of the U.S. supply. An NBC News analysis of U.S. and European oil data found this is a far cry from European nations. About half import most of their oil, and of that imported oil, an average of 20% comes from Russia. This affects all of us, but remember to keep Ukraine in your thoughts.
Regardless of the news around the world, we want to acknowledge some students here at Northwest. The students of the month for April are freshman Mason Bailey, sophomore Lauren Strum, Raina Ford, and James Gilbertson. We want to congratulate all these students of last month and congratulate all the students who have been selected for the award for previous months of the 2021-2022 school year. These students have really shown Northwest's 3 core values of pride, respect, and excellence. We encourage everyone to adhere to these core values to make Northwest a better school than it already is.
Last week, we had our graduation for seniors, and it was met with great attendance. The band, orchestra, and choir all performed before the ceremony began, unlike most years, where it was only the choir and band. The orchestra played some Beatles music, which was exciting to listen to, and they also played the alma mater with the choir. We are incredibly proud of all the seniors who have graduated in the year of 2022 and wish them all the best in whatever their future holds. Last week, we also had the Burlesque 2022 #trending concert, where we saw some amazing acts. This is the first year we've had a Burlesque concert in a while due to COVID restrictions, and it was definitely worth the wait. We saw a collection of songs sung by our choir, and we also saw some solo acts. All of the acts were terrific, and we look forward to seeing next year's Burlesque. Mr. Mays has really outdone himself this year. Congratulations to all the Grizzlies who participated.
Are you looking for some summer fun? Maybe you want to hang out with some friends and go watch a movie. If so, here are a list of movies that are coming out this summer. There are a few that we are personally looking forward to, such as Jurassic World and Lightyear, which will be an interesting twist on Toy Story's Buzz Lightyear in a solo film. If you are wanting a callback to an older movie, you can check out Top Gun: Maverick. If you want to see a film for younger audiences, Minions: Rise of Gru would be a great option. And finally, Marvel will be producing another Thor film, so if you are a fan of Marvel, you won't want to miss this one.
Well, that's been our show, folks. Thank you all for tuning in for this week's episode of Northwest News. Make sure to check out our Instagram page so you can message us any information you want to see or any exciting updates you want to see what's going on throughout the school.
We have had a great school year and wish you Grizzlies a fun summer.
See you next year! Bye!